Hello guys and welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to talk about Holy Priest in World of Warcraft Classic. You heard right, this is my first Classic PvE guide for World of Warcraft. So let's talk about Holy Priest. That is probably the best healer in Classic and will of course probably be the whole Classic experience. If you're going in for a raid or dungeon, it's really recommended to have at least one Holy Priest. Of course, if you're doing dungeons, you can also keep one of the other healers. But if you're doing a raid, Holy Priest is like the recommended one to have at least one of. The things we're going to talk about in this video is the stats, the talents, the rotation, and the macros. When talking about stats, it's actually not like modern World of Warcraft, as you know, retail World of Warcraft. In retail World of Warcraft, you would have intellect, haste, crit, and so on. But in normal World of Warcraft, well, Classic, you can only actually just get the gear. You need the tier pieces, and you will get the gear with the stats on. For example, intellect is your primary stat that you should focus on your gear, and you will get it on no matter which type of gear almost you're getting. One intellect is equal 15 mana, and if you get 59.2 intellect, that's equal 1 spell critical effect chance. So that is helping also to get some more critical strike. Maybe you didn't know that. Your spirit, if you take 12.5 and plus it with your spirit divided with 4, you're actually getting your base regeneration rate while not casting. And I know mana, your mana says you get this every 5 seconds, but your mana is actually taking back to you every second, just for letting you know. So for stats, we don't have like haste, versatility, mastery, all those random stats. It's pretty much just intellect gives you more mana pool, spirit gives you more mana regeneration. So, and of course you also have stamina that give you health. And that's pretty much it, what you're going to use as a Holy Priest. Talking about the talents, we have different talents I can recommend. There's actually quite a different builds, and of course you can tune and change the builds as much as you want. But this is one of the recommended builds I want to recommend playing with as a Holy Priest. In the first row, you can see here, well, in the second row here, we have the Holy. In Holy, I'm actually putting in 30 points, and in Discipline, I'm putting in 21. In Holy, I'm going first for Holy Specialization, that's giving us more critical chance on Holy spells. I'm improving my Renew by 2, so it gives 10% more healing, but that's actually just for getting down to, you can say, down here too. This is kind of helping me for getting down, or else I would not be able to get all the way down. Down here I'm using Divine Fury, reduce the casting time of your Smite, Holy Fire, Heal and Greater Heal spells by 0.5 seconds. Then I'm taking Holy Nova, and a lot of people, they don't like Holy Nova, so you could probably also take another spell than Holy Nova, but Holy Nova is actually a fine little LE damage healing spell that I personally like. But of course you could swap it out with anything else in here if you wanted, if you don't like Holy Nova. I'm also going with Inspiration, increase your target's armor by 25% for 10 seconds after getting a critical effect from your Flash Heal, Heal, Greater Heal or Prayer of a healing spell. After that, going to Improved Healing, reduce the mana cost of your Laser Heal, Heal and Greater Heal spells by 15%. And then just one of these, Holy Reach. Increase the range of your Smite, Holy Fire spells and radius of Prayer of Healing and Holy Nova spells by 10%. This one is also for getting down to the next row. And then next row we're getting Spiritual Guidance, increase spell damage and healing up to 25% of your total spirit. And 5 stacks in those. And then we're finally stopping at Spirited Healing, increase the amount of healed by your healing spells by 10%. This is the Holy trait. Of course, some people would probably like Spirit Redemption. When you die, you become a ghost, but I mean, you can always switch around with the talent as you want. I'm not a Lightwell fan, so I will not go to Lightwell. On the other side, what I'm having here is the first one I have Unbreakable Will. Increase your chance to resist stun, fear, and silence effects by an additional 15%. On the next one, I'm increasing my power word. So my increase the effect of power word, fortitude, and prayer fortitude spells by 30%. So my stamina buff is giving more. Increase the damage absorbed by power word shield. Reduce the threat generated by your spells. This is basically for helping getting down. Inner focus. When activated, reduce the mana cost of your next spell by 100% and increase the critical chance by 25%. It's a pretty great spell. You can use it, and then the next big heal you're going to cast will be free. And meditation. This is really helping you for actually keeping mana in dungeon and raids. Allows 50% of your mana regeneration to continue while casting. Really great talent. Reduce the mana cost of your instant cast spells by 10%. Also great. And this one here is also a really great one. Holy power infuse the target, increasing the spirit by 17. So basically you are getting a spirit buff. So now you can give people more spirit. So basically this one here and this one here is helping you for generate more mana in fights. So you'll be able to have longer fights and have more healings in your pocket. So this build here is basically giving you a good healing amount and also a good sustained mana. And of course you could just drop all these stuff over here and go more hardcore into a holy build if you wanted. But then you will also give up all the, you can say, the mana over here. So that is the fun thing with Classic, that you can actually kind of smash and mix these builds together. Talking about rotation and gameplay, it's not like you would say with the standard World of Warcraft. In Classic you have, well, in some way more spells and also in another way less spells. So as playing a Holy Priest, it's a matter of what is going on for the spells you're going to cast. First of all, you have your power word Fortitude that will give you more stamina. You have to refresh it on each of your party members every 30 minutes if you're using the Fortitude. You can also get a version that will actually apply to more people, but it will cost the regions. You also have your Inner Fire, and it only works 10 minutes or the next 20 attacks you actually are getting, and it gives you more armor. You will also get, if I had on this character I'm playing right now, I'm not maximum level on beta right now, because the beta level is not allowing me for that. But if I went over here, I would also get my Divine Spirit I could use for getting more spirit for. So I would actually have 3 buffs in overall. On our spell bar we have different healings. We actually have our Renew that is healing over time, so it heals 485 over time. Then we have a Flash Heal that is pretty much costing the same mana and healing the same amount, but instead of healing over 15 seconds, it's actually just healing on 1.5 seconds. So you can either choose to give the target a healing over time for the same amount of mana and will heal the same over 15 seconds, or you can choose to give him a Flash Heal and then it will heal him the same amount over time, we could say, but just instantly. This is your fast cast spell. The fun thing about actually from Classic to Modern WoW is, in Modern WoW the fast healing spell is healing less and it costs more mana. This is not the thing with Classic. The longer cast spells, greater heal and heal, that takes longer time to cast, they heal for more with longer cast time, but they also cost more mana. So Flash Heal is your most, you can say, cheapest and also fastest healing, but it only heals 500. If I used my heal that is 1 second longer, it also costs 50 more mana, but it also heals almost 500 more. So if I have a bit more time, I can actually use by a little amount of more mana, I can actually get a more powerful healing out. We can also go really more powerful with greater heal the same cast time, but much more mana, and it will actually also heal more with a greater heal. So you have the choices to have a flash heal, and greater heal. Heal and greater heal has the same, you can say, cast time. The only difference is that heal costs more, greater heal costs more, and maybe sometimes you want to spare some mana and actually just use a standard heal. You also have your powered shield that is absorbing 400 damage. It also costs 250 mana, so keep in mind that it's actually the same as your heal, and your heal is actually healing 1000, and your absorb shield is only absorbing 400 damage. So it's really that good. Probably in some cases where you want to block some damage, it could be really good. One of the key things of why a Holy Priest is really good is because of Prayer of Healing. A powerful prayer heals party members within 30 yards for 500 healing. And it actually says in the text, there's no cap. It just heals party members within 33 yards. So everyone in your party in for the next 33 yards is getting healed. This is like an ultimate healing spell, because you don't find those healings on any other healing in the game. Maybe Chain Heal for Restoration Shaman, but Druids and Paladins doesn't have any healing that is close for healing as many people as Prayer of Healing. But keep in mind it costs 560 mana, so that's actually a big portion of your base mana. But if everyone in your party is close to dying, it can really save your time, big time. Besides that, if you're talented into Holy Nova, as you find here, you can also use Holy Nova for healing your teammates or damaging your enemies. You also have a Cure Disease that will just cure one disease from your target, or you can use Abolish Disease that will cure one disease, and also it will cure one disease every 5th second, every 5 seconds. So it's like it's curing more people at a time. Cure Disease is 130 mana, and Abolish Disease is 137 mana. So you can say, why should I actually use Cure Disease when you can pretty much use Abolish, because it removes one and it also has a over time effect. But pretty much they're both removing a disease, and that's it. Besides that, you also have your Smite, you have your Mind Blast, you have your Holy Fire for helping with damage, but keep in mind mana is really precious in Classic. So don't waste your mana on Smite, because after a few healing, as you can see now on my mana, after a few bit of healings, you will be out of mana, and the mana regeneration in Classic when casting is pretty slow. So keep that in mind. You also have the standard Dispel that dispels magic on the target, removing 2 harmful spells from a friend or 2 beneficial spells from an enemy. Also really great. So in Classic you will also be able to use macros. For example, this macro here it's stopping me from doing whatever I'm doing right now, and it will cast a flash heal on the target I'm actually marking. So for example, if I'm casting a greater heal on myself, I don't want to do that, click on the macro and then it will begin to cast a flash heal on the other target. It's actually pretty smart. Also we have this one here, it's on my target I'm marking over, I'm healing him, and if he's not a person I can actually heal. So for example, what it can do is I can click on this guy here, and then I can mark over this guy here, if we put it down here, and it will actually heal. But if there's no one for healing, it will then smite my target. So the target I'm actually targeting right now will be smited. So what I can do is I can click on the boss, then I can click on my friends and heal them for mousing over, and when not clicking on anyone, it will begin to smite the target. It's actually a pretty smart one. But again, be careful with your mana, because you don't want to spam your mana as a healer, because you need that healing. So those macros, for example, you can use. Or for example, this one here, where it will check if I can dispel anything on my target, and if not, it will try to dispel on me myself. So those small smart macros you can actually use for enhancing your gameplay in Classic. So I can just say thanks for watching, and I know these guides for Classic is a bit more simple because we can pretty much only talk about the stats, talent, rotation, like gameplay, and macros. So that is pretty much it for Holy Priest in Classic. So leave down a comment and let me know if I have missed anything, or if there's other things you would like to know in these Classic guides, so I can enhance these videos for Classic when releasing. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.